Thank you, Lauren. Just an overview of what Lauren just talked about. The main points is standardized testing cannot measure one's real quality. Tests are biased, no universal standard of education for students, the need for more general education courses in college, and no unbiased performance evaluations outside the district. Now is the time for the crossfire questions, and what this is Lauren and Seth will come up and ask each other questions for their part of their side. So Lauren and Seth, will you please come up?
Should the fact that underprivileged students receive a lower quality education hinder their ability to score well on standardized tests and in turn move forward in their education?
Standardized testing is a good thing, MGED 2006. Having data such as standardized test score is important for measuring the progress of the nation's youth. Without such data, you cannot objectively determine facts such as the correlation between economics and education. In fact, this correlation provides us with the opportunity to ask questions such as, which is the minimum standard of writing or mathematics facility that a 12th grader should have? Then we may ask, what is the minimum of level of socioeconomic status that a 12th grader must live at to achieve this standard? Finally, we can conclude that perhaps the economic conditions that allow someone to meet our desired minimum standard of proficiency should possibly be considered the poverty level. I bet we would find that a lot more people live below this effective poverty level than we now consider. Isn't it good to reward high test scores?
Not if that means punishment for bad test scores. Cone 2000 says, when rewards and punishments are applied to educators, those who teach low-scoring populations are the most likely to be branded as failures and may decide to leave the profession. Minority and low-income students are disproportionately affected by the incessant pressure on teachers to raise scores. Black and Latino students on average receive lower scores than do white and Asian students. What do you have to say about the value of these tests for minority students?
Citing a defense of standardized tests by Scott Jasic, 2007, the journal Science published a study backing the reliability of standardized testing in graduate and professional school admissions, and Nathan Kunsel, an assistant professor of psychology at the University of Minnesota and one of the study's authors, said that the review for his study found no evidence of bias in test questions or any difference in predictive value for different racial and ethnic groups. Those who want to know why Black and Latino students don't score as well need to stop looking at the tests, Kunsel says, also stating these tests are acting as a thermometer for other societal issues. Don't you think that standardized tests provide motivation for students to study and work towards a goal?
When high stakes are applied to the students themselves, there is little doubt about who is more likely to be denied diplomas as a consequence of failing an exit exam, or who will simply give up and drop out in anticipation of such an outcome. If states persist in making a student's fate rest on a single test, the likely result over the next few years will be nothing short of catastrophic. Unless we act to stop this, we will be facing a scenario that might be described, without exaggeration, as an educational ethnic cleansing.